Oh. Hello everyone, my name is Hector. This is Everything Horror, where we like to talk about everything horror. And it's that wonderful time of the year. That's right, it's Halloween time. It's the 1st of October when I'm filming this. And I thought better yet, let's start it off with a new horror movie. We're going to talk about Scare Me. Scare Me is written, directed, and stars by Josh Ruben, and also stars Aya Cash and Chris Redd. This film centers around the main character Fred. He's a writer for an ad agency, and he goes to a retreat at a cabin in the woods during the snowy season. This is said to be more of like a horror comedy. Now, when I heard about Scare Me, I was looking at it more as possibly like an anthology film. But that's not the case. It's kind of far from it. Now, it's a stormy night, power goes out, and Fred, who met Aya's character earlier, Fanny decides to come on in during the power outage. That way they can spend some time together. And she comes up with this game. Tell me a scary story. And the film takes off from there. Like I said, I thought this was going to be an anthology film from reading from the synopsis. But in this movie, they're really just telling stories. And it's all portrayed pretty well, I think. It's pretty compelling when they're actually saying the stories. Especially this one story that Fanny tells about an old man. That was pretty well done. But I don't know if my expectations were the reasons were... I couldn't really get into the film. But... they're just telling these stories. There's some elements where they try to immerse you a little bit with having scenes where you can see like a creature in hand or other scenes with sound effects. It's pretty well done. Now, it turns out that Fanny is a horror writer, and a majority of the film, Fred is trying to impress her with his storytelling. There's some scenes in this film where I'm like, are there people that actually really act like this? Like, maybe I'm just far removed from the art and, writing scene. But I guess, yeah, people do improv, right? It's kind of like that. But yeah, there's just certain moments I just couldn't really get into it. It seemed kind of far-fetched. I couldn't imagine, people actually acting like this, but I don't know. What do I know? A welcome addition is Chris Redd, who is better known for SNL. He's really fun. He brings an energy into the film that I really enjoyed, and I wish there was more of him. Now, it all leads to this crescendo at the end, where things kind of take a turn, but in the end, this is more of like a horror comedy, so it kind of felt lackluster. Overall, I thought this movie was shot well. It looks great. For it to take place in a cabin, a majority of the film, and these characters are just telling these stories, and for it to kind of immerse you into the world without really showing anything, I think is a pretty job well done. It's just I couldn't really get into it. It's just not my type of film. But maybe, people that are into improv or are into like the writing process, maybe they would like the film. I just couldn't really get into it. My rating for Scare Me is going to be 3 out of 5 slices of veggie pizza. So yeah, what did you guys think of Scare Me? This is a Shudder original, so it's just on Shudder. Is it worth getting a Shudder subscription? Probably not, but Shudder has so many other films that are so great, a lot of classics, and a lot of great originals. It's actually my favorite streaming service. I wish I was sponsored by them, but I'm not. Next up, we are going to have Monsterland, a Hulu original. Let's check that out and see how it is. So keep an eye out for that video. Anyways, a lot of big things happening this month. I'm so excited. Anyways, my name is Hector. This is Everything Horror. Take care.